All right, so today we're going to give you a tour of the dark underside of a Nordhavn 57. This is Noetta out of the water. Hey guys, I'm Pat. Alexa's behind the camera. This is Noetta, the Nordhavn 57. We're just going to give it a little walk around while we're out on the hard, kind of see what this thing looks like on the bottom. Those of you who've never done this, pretty typical. This is how you get on the boat. That thing, it's tied on to the swim step up there, but that's our access to being on board the boat, or anybody that wants to go inside and they need to do work. That's as good as it gets. So, start here. We've drilled some holes. These are for our underwater lights. And one of the things Peter Vargas pointed out to us, and this is something he's noticed on Nordhavns, the stern on these boats is prone to just these little tiny blisters. You know, a blister is when salt water gets just underneath the gel coat or maybe in the fiberglass. In our case, it's their surface, just little surface things. And we're talking like smaller than your pinky nail. You can pick it and then just a little bit of water comes out. So the fiberglass guy has gone through, they grind those open, and then that's just it's an epoxy with a filler. He just wipes it over. Tomorrow they'll sand it and it'll be flush. Here's our rudder. Big, beautiful thing. One thing Nordhavn did is there's these these plates. So you pop that out, you disconnect the rudder, hard over, and then the shaft comes out. So you don't have to disconnect the rudder. Here's the prop, 5-blade. It's dirty. They haven't done anything to it yet, but here it is. This is the shoe. This is what they call the shoe. It's just this big metal plate. It's attached to the keel. There's a zinc that usually sits right there. You can see, I mean, these guys are amazing, exceptional job. They've been grinding on the metal, making it shiny and pretty. Yeah, and then the fiberglass gel coat guy's been going around, and as they've been grinding off all the old paint, little bits of like the gel coat will chip off or crack, create a little wedge or a little hole. So he's been going around and fairing them in. So this thing is going to be beautiful. Here's the wing. This is a foldable. You usually see these on sailboats, but on our case, it's just the wing engine. So when we're underway, it folds like that. We'll put prop speed on it, and prop speed is just this, I don't know what you call it, a hydrophobic paint. Hydrophobic's probably not right, but it creates this really slippery like barrier so growth can't stick to it. And if like a barnacle did come here, a diver can come by and literally just wipe it off. Or when you start, it would fling off. It's cool stuff. Divers have been going around cleaning all our through holes. Like these are for the underwater. On this side, it would be underwater. This is the wing engine. So the wing engine has 2 exhaust ports. And then we got a hydraulic cooling pump. There's a bilge pump. And I have to look what the other 2 are. This one's been deactivated, so it's got a plug on it. So that one's dead. That was the hydraulic cooling pump water, which was really bad. It was underwater, so you couldn't tell if it was running or not. So we've since moved it up to, I think, this one. Stern thruster. They cleaned that up. Really nice. Shiny metal. And then there's one of our zinc plates. Oh, they put the fairing block on. Oh, the transducer's in, babe. That's exciting. All right. This is pretty cool. We're a keel-cooled, dry stack keel-cooled boat. This is the keel cooler. This is a Walter keel cooler. So the coolant circulates through this tube, and then the water moves over it, and that's our radiator for the main engine. That's it. This is one of the new through holes we put in for the sea chest. Brand new 2-inch goes to sea chest, and that's our brand new transducer block with a transducer in it. So they just did that today. Exciting. One of our stabilizers. It's pinned right now, so it's centered. And this is they haven't sharpened it, but this is one of the line cutters in front of the stabilizer. The other one on the other side, we lost it. So we've got a spare, more fairing. He's just filling in all the little dings and nicks in the gel coat. This one would be, this is for the macerator. This is where the poo would go overboard if we were gonna dump overboard out of that one when we're way offshore. We replaced this, this is the through hole in the bulb where Luis was down there, and I would have paid him a lot more money just to do this one. Here's our sonar tube. Underneath there is the sonar where it comes out. I don't know if you can get under there and peek up in there. Bow thruster and the bulb. This thing, it's pretty cool. This is where the smiley will be. And then pretty much the same on this side. Bow thruster, sonar.
Our anchor.
What's that? Our anchor, yeah, our 70-kilo anchor sitting there all sad. Oh, should we go back and we got this is our chain too. We got it re-galvanized up in Guadalajara, and then we've painted it, mostly good, but yeah. So this is the bitter end. This is the part we'll put on first. And 400 feet of 7/16, and it was 400 kilos, just under 400 kilos. Yeah. And then we zip tied it. So yellows are 100-foot marks. So I can tell you right now, because there's 3 zip ties, this is 300 feet right here. One of our plans is to put on a chain counter, but with all this, we'll get to it. The other stabilizer, you can see where the other line cutter was. It actually snapped off. I think this one, the bolt, the threads are still in that one. That plate there, I don't know if you can see that one. That was for the HF radio. We elected to take it out. It was, I don't know, I had the debate about it because it's a very redundant old school system, but the HF radio is very long range, but it's been around since, I don't know, 1900s. Almost nobody uses it anymore. So we elected to take it out and use the space for other stuff. The other 2-inch through hole for the sea chest, replace that one. And then there's gonna be a grate over it. That is our new through hole for the air conditioning, right there. Woo, that'll be fun. We'll still have to manage that system and all the growth in that, but we get it out of the sea chest and into just a single like strainer basket, and we can manage that. We did it on the 50 for how long? 4 or 5 years, so. Yeah, these are through holes. These are for the generators. Got an exhaust. The generator is interesting. They split the system, so like the noisy part of the exhaust is underwater, so you don't hear it, and all you hear is just a little bit of the rumble from the exhaust. If you're 20 feet away from the boat, you wouldn't even know the generator's running, which is very nice. We're a good neighbor. We like to be a good neighbor. All those are for the air conditioners. All but one. I have to look what the other one is for, but it's above water, so it's not as critical. And that is Noetta exposed.